Functions. Let's see some examples. I actually want to show you two examples now. One will be relatively simple. The other one is going to be a bit more complex because now I kind of feel you're getting into it. I feel like you're ready. And I'm going to be structuring files as we would in a real website. So you can also get a feel as to how we link JavaScript with our HTML. Okay, example number one. I just want to have simple text. When we click on that text, I want it to be replaced with other text. And I want to do that by us writing a function. So here I've just got a blank Visual Studio Code document. All we need to do now is let's create a folder and let's call it our project. Let's say it's project, I don't know, function. Close the old stuff, project function. In there, let's have an index.html file because that's where your parser begins. We have to start here. And let's just create a standard HTML template. In our body, let's create a header. We'll call it function example. Let's have a paragraph. This is an example of changing text via a function. Changing text by using a function. Great, and if we click on our Go Live server and we display this in a website, this is what we see. Function example. This is an example of changing text. Great, but if I click anywhere, nothing happens. So going back to our text editor, what do we need to do now? Well, now we need to create a JavaScript file. And let's say within this big folder structure, we've got another folder called public. And within that folder, you've got your script file where we write all our JavaScript. And now I want us to create a function that just replaces text. Remember, what do we need in order to create a function? Well, that's right. We need to tell JavaScript that we are writing a function. So we use the function keyword. Now we need to name our function. Let's just call it show because we want to show text. Remember, we need the parentheses after the name, just in case we want to pass through arguments. And then we've got to actually write our code in between curly parentheses. And all we want to do is we want to document.write our function has been invoked. Well done. And there's our function. But again, if we go back here, it's not going to work because we haven't yet made the link between our index HTML page, clicking this paragraph, and our JavaScript file. So let's do that. Let's go back here. Let's go to our index file. And once the parser has gone through our entire HTML and all of that is loaded on screen, it's then going to hit this script tag. And the script tag is going to reference our JavaScript file. So it's in the public folder, and within the public folder, it's in a file called script.js. So what's great about this is if we go to our website and we refresh, still clicking doesn't do anything because we haven't told the browser that when we click, we want that function to be executed. But check out this is cool. If we inspect this document and you go to your network tab and we refresh, you can see that our script file is being loaded. If you click on the script file, you actually see our function that we've written within it. Anyway, that's just a bit of interesting information for you. Now let's make the link between clicking this text and this text changing. So if we go back to our editor and we look at this paragraph text, this paragraph is where we want our JavaScript to be triggered. Within here, we can define an on-click event and let's just execute our show function. Bear in mind that with an on-click event, anything in these quotation marks is JavaScript. So we don't even have to reference show. For example, let's just do an alert. We can write JavaScript directly within these quotation marks. And if we go back here and we click on here, there's our alert. So it's working. If we go back to our file, we don't want to execute the alert. We actually want to execute our own custom function called show, which is in our JavaScript file over here. And if we go here and we click, there we go. Document.write. The whole text has been replaced by our function has been invoked. Well done. So I hope this is making sense. We started with an index HTML file. We've defined our paragraph. We've referenced our JavaScript file in the script tag. And on that paragraph, we've defined that when that is clicked, we want to execute our show function. And the JavaScript engine knows what that show function is because it has passed it when it hit the script tag at the bottom. And it's gone into this file and it's literally stored that function in memory. How cool is this? Is it becoming more intuitive? Hope so. Why don't we now look at a bit more of a tricky example?